Human thinking tends to associate success with dramatic breakthroughs and radical transformations. The first chapter of James Clear's Atomic Habits, however, challenges this intuitive assumption. The story of British cycling offers a compelling illustration of how exceptional performance emerges not from sudden revolutions, but from the accumulation of small, consistently applied improvements. When Dave Brailsford took over as performance director of British Cycling, he inherited an organisation marked by nearly a century of mediocrity. British cyclists had failed to achieve significant international success, to the extent that equipment manufacturers feared that association with the team would harm their brand. Within this context, Brailsford's strategy was radical, not in its ambitions, but in its methodology. The principle of the aggregation of marginal gains was based on the idea that every component of performance could be broken down and improved by just 1%. From a psychological perspective, this approach is particularly powerful. A 1% improvement does not provoke resistance, does not feel overwhelming, and does not require heroic effort. Precisely for this reason, it is sustainable. Some of the improvements came from traditional sport science, such as more ergonomic bike seats, enhanced aerodynamics, and optimized muscle temperature. The real breakthrough, however, occurred when the team began addressing previously neglected domains, including sleep quality, infection prevention, and even the presence of dust inside transport vehicles. Individually, these details seemed insignificant, yet together they formed a system in which performance was supported at every level. The success of British cycling highlights a fundamental psychological principle. Habits shape not only behaviour, but identity. As athletes experienced, day after day, that every detail mattered, a winning team mindset gradually emerged. Success was no longer perceived as a rare event, but as the natural outcome of a carefully constructed system. James Clear's central question, how small improvements can lead to extraordinary results, extends far beyond the world of sport. The power of atomic habits lies in their ability to determine direction rather than produce immediate outcomes. Just as negative habits quietly compound toward decline, positive small changes build momentum invisibly until the results become undeniable. In conclusion, the story of British cycling is not one of sudden talent, but of systemic excellence. The philosophy of atomic habits teaches us that greatness is not a single decision, but a daily practice. The real question is not whether we are capable of major change, but whether we are willing to consistently attend to the small decisions that ultimately determine who we become and what we are capable of achieving.